Hi, welcome back to Falling Down Garage. I'm with Mom of Mom Cooks and Gardens. I'm reshooting this intro because there's all this residue that's on the hood from last night, and I mistakenly thought it was because my neighbors were cutting block to build a wall, nice looking wall. But I looked at the progress they had. They're done cutting, so I had to point the arrow back at me. This is residue from the comet, so we have to wipe this off, which isn't that big of a deal, but I'm just explaining to you, if you replicate the steps that I did, you're gonna get the results that I did. So that's our first step here. There's a few things that, you know, I was working with artificial light in the dark. There's a few things that I wish I had done a better job. This cowl, I will have to take this thing, see how misaligned the wipers are. This thing's like if it was 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, that thing's at 10 o'clock. So I'll have to take this off. When I adjust it, I'll get into all the crannies here, because this thing wedges underneath the weather stripping. Chryslers are notorious of this era for they have these bushings that pop off and your wipers take a powder. So anyways, I'm gonna get all this stuff off, and then I'm gonna put some mechanics gloves on, not mechanics gloves, those rubber gloves, and I'm gonna apply Penetrol to the surfaces that have the dead paint. This thing's been repainted, and then after that I might hit it a second time with that stuff, and then I'm gonna wax the car. I have to get up on the roof. All right, so I will say, even though this thing looks terrible, it never has looked better in the 2 years I've had this truck. I'm not doing this to have that classic or cliche, whatever you want to call it, patina that's all the rage right now. I just am trying to prevent this from rusting further until I decide to actually do body work on it. But that and that are not drivable, and I want to get them drivable. I'd be lying to you if I said I went and reached through here and did the bottom of the cab. It's funny how she and I love this thing, and my kid just despises it. I just opened the door. Look at that. Oh my God. That's horrendous. That's a design flaw. I'm probably gonna zap this with some Penetrol just to kind of keep it at bay until, I don't know what I'll do with that. That's a blast. Oh, yeah, I see what the problem is. It's the actual weather stripping traps water against it. What will I do with this? This is never gonna be a show vehicle. No one cares about these, but I just like driving them. But I want to do something to preserve that. What I was really trying to do is get this taken care of real quick. I should have braided this a little bit. This isn't a permanent process. This is the complete antithesis of that. So you can see how it was collecting yesterday. It's not dirt, it's comet. It wasn't there yesterday. The knucklehead you're talking to is the culprit. Mopar. All right. See, what's weird is on the other side where there's no rust, there's no rust. It's probably rusting from the inside out because of it's getting in here, but I don't understand that. I guess I don't need to understand it. I just need to fix it. By the restaurants on the street, I smell donuts or ribs all the time. All right, so I finally got it open. I got my mechanics gloves on, and I'm gonna pour a little bit in this towel. I think there's linseed oil in this product, so you have to be very careful. You don't want to throw the rags in the trash. There was that horrible fatal fire about 45 years ago in Philadelphia that was caused by linseed rags. They go through a chemical change, and they start releasing heat. So You have to be very careful with the rags. You're supposed to store them. I don't know, read the instructions. Sorry for all the background noise. I'm being very judicious. Let me be a little more liberal. A little goes a long way because you're not building a film.
It smells good.
Yep, unlike your boyfriend. No, I showered this morning. Well, I did a less than stellar job on the cowl.
How does this affect it if you were going to paint?
Well, it'll have to get, you know, buzzed off.
So it is like a shellac.
No, shellac is made from lac resin from a beetle found in the Dominican Republic, and it's suspended in denatured alcohol.
I know what it is, but I'm saying I'm using it as a loose term. It's basically a clear coat.
Yeah.
So you'd have to buzz it off. It's not like an oil that would cause paint to repel. Well,
the problem with traditional car paints have hotter solvents, so they will attack anything that's underneath it. So that's why you have to do all that prep.
Wow, it really makes it glow. Look at the orange undertone.
Yeah, everyone thinks reds are reds, and when it comes to car paint, they seldom are.
It almost looks like a highlighter. Gosh, those donuts are killing me.
Pardon?
These donuts are killing me.
Aren't they?
And I don't even like donuts.
I know, I don't either, but they smell amazing. Well, I don't like funnel cake, but when it's cooking, oh my. Oh God.
That's what it smells like, funnel cake.
Oh, see, that's the buzzing through, not buzzing through the clear coat. Yuck.
Is this an off-label use for Penetrol?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what is Penetrol used for?
Penetrol is used for either as being, its primary intended use is to increase the flow. The company they make Floetrol and Penetrol. Floetrol is a water-based product, and then Penetrol is a solvent-based product. Their intended use is to make paint flow better, brush out and level, to give you, especially for trim paint, a better looking finished product. It's kind of an old-timers type thing. It doesn't sell in big numbers. I have a coatings background, 25 years worth of it. It doesn't thin paint, but it makes it flow better. So some old-timers liked using this instead of thinner, but ultimately,
so it's kind of like a wetting agent.
Sort of, yeah, I guess. Yeah, it probably keeps the open time.
Yeah, in paint, you can add.
But we're not talking about the difference between, say, like raw linseed oils, which stay wet for like, they never really dry, and boiled linseed oils, which you would reduce with turpentine. They dry faster, but they by no means dry fast. I am not liking it where it's meeting up with the clear coat. Now there's a little rust thing down here at the bottom. I'm going to use this to lock it down. I wouldn't use this on the other vehicles.
Right in here.
Yeah. But on this one, it runs. I'm not taking it off the road anytime soon. So I feel like this is a very, very cheap way of buying time. It's a Bandit. What are you shooting?
It's interesting that the rag has red on it. It's the solvent?
No, it's pulling paint off.
Yeah, I'm saying, is it the solvent in the product?
It's residue that I
sanded?
Yeah, but didn't completely remove from the vehicle.
I feel like there's something, you're missing something down here.
You're probably right. I don't claim to be any good at this. Oh, well.
There you go. Looks like you missed some all in here too.
Yeah,
The
you're
whole
right.
door.
Oh, shoot. Can you open, no. Yeah, can you open the door for me for a sec? Sorry. Did you zap yourself?
I don't think so.
If you did, I have plenty of stuff that'll get it off.
Why does it create a coating on your
Well,
skin?
it's not water soluble, so soap and water won't get it off.
Oh, then yeah, I'm sticking. Here, here.
Here, here. This doesn't have a very long open time. It's starting to tack up on me, so I'm gonna keep it moving. When I'm done with the 2 coats, probably tomorrow while you're at work, I'm going to wax the vehicle.
Okay.
I think what they did at some point is, I think these letters were white and they sprayed a coat of white, red, excuse me, over it. And that's why they look pink. Brown.
So this face in here, the bevel,
Yeah.
you've completely missed it all the way.
All right, Mom.
On both sides.
Wait. Okay, now I see it. Words can hurt, Mom.
Mhm.
From here it looks like I got it. That's what's so
Right.
frustrating.
But I'm at a different
Yeah,
angle.
I know you are. I'm just like,
So like, I see everything.
oh, do you? Let's see.
You missed a lot right there. See it?
I don't. Okay, now I see it.
We're getting some fall color.
Yeah, a little bit.
That tree over there looks the same color as your truck.
Oh yeah. Well, not quite. But
Well, here with the sun shining directly on the truck, it's
yeah.
very similar.
Now I have sunshine on my shoulder. This makes me happy. From John Denver stuck in my head.
It's supposed to be on the water.
Huh?
Sunshine on the water.
All right, we're gonna get demonetized. Not that we're monetized, but we're gonna
Oh, sorry.
demonetized. Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage did this on something he has, and I said to myself, I'm more inclined to do that than to use one of these relabeled patina things, which is undoubtedly just basically this. Huh?
I got holes in my ears.
Oh my. You're very rock and roll.
I'm just surprised it showed up on the shadow.
Yeah. Shows up on job interviews too. Woo! If my dad were alive, he'd be laughing at that one. Alright, so that's it's not exactly splitting the atom here, although I can't even say splitting the atom. This is coat number 1. It's gonna get a second coat later today, I believe. Tomorrow it will get waxed, and that will be the end of the video. So we'll be back. The dogs wanted to come out and check up on the vehicle, and not gonna lie, it's looking pretty decent. Let's see what the roof is looking like. The hood, we're gonna put a second coat on it, but yeah, It's not looking good, but it's looking better. Better is better. That's looking pretty decent. All right, so it's not meshing well with this residual clear coat, but I'm okay with that. It is catching a lot of lint. Oh, and I also found that my neighbors were running the the concrete saw today. Pull this down. It definitely is not masking the fact that I used two stoves. Are you kidding me? Really? I mean, you do have a tree above. Birds perch, birds poop. Everybody poops. But I mean, you know, it's all good. Do I put a second coat on it? I think I should do a second coat, don't you? Or do you want me to wax it?
I don't know. I don't know what the benefit of a second coat would be.
Same as any coating. Two coatings better.
Than one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's worth it to do a second coat. Boy, is this a lint as that factory here. Yikes.
If I were you,
Yeah.
I would do the roof first.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
And on the ladder, and then drop down and do everything else in the bottom.
I agree. All right. And we're back. Second coat. It's gliding over the surface now. So the first coat is sealing. I'm gonna be a little heavy over here.
You don't think folding the cloth into a small square? No.
I think in a perfect world, yeah, that's the way to do it. But I'm trying to reach beyond my ability to do so, so I'm not against it, it's just I'm reaching. Look. See this? Perfect squares. We're hunter-gatherers. Aaron, Mom's way of putting it, people with ADD can live in perfect harmony with people that don't have such afflictions. Or as Mom would put it, normal people. You'd puddle too if a bird was gonna poop on you. See, this isn't lint. Can you get in on this? It's actually the yellow of the clear coat, and then this is the correct paint underneath. This is what I was hoping to get rid of last night, and it just didn't work out.
What?
I think the coating's actually failing as not the Penetrol, but the clear coat. I think this is actually hastening its demise. I just wish they'd never done it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Cummins. Second gen. I'm gonna just move off of this because I'm just acknowledging it's a problem. That's why these things are a deal with the devil. They're not technically the right way to do things. Overall, I'm happy. Here, I'm unhappy. Everywhere else, I'm happy. Very. Ultimately, I'm gonna have to cut through that and get rid of it. Rubbing compound and then reapply. There's no saving it, it's just eliminating it. I think that was some bad body work. Now I smell French fries. They're just, I'm eating healthy and they're trying to get me to not do so.
How were the fries the last time we went?
They weren't bad. I mean, they weren't great. I've had great fries from there, but they were fine. I kept eating them. They offer 3 different types of fries. I hate that. Restaurants have too many choices. Just make one and make it great.
What kind of fries do they have?
They have like, I don't know, you'd have to look at the menu. I don't like that kind of choice. My favorite, all-time favorite restaurant had 4 things on the menu. Breakfast place, Carmen's Country Kitchen. Pancakes or waffles, you know, same batter. That was number 1. Challah French toast, number 2. Omelet, number 3, and then a wild card item. And she would vary the ingredients by season, and you could pick sides of sausage from De Bruno's in South Philly. The place was fantastic. I wish she was still open. I would take you there. I'll wax it tomorrow. You and your folded in corners making me feel crazy.
I didn't say you had to do it.
I could feel the judgment, like rays of the sun burning on my right side.
I just thought it would allow you to see what you were wiping a little more clearly, because before you had missed spots because the rag gave the illusion that you hit that spot. How does Penetrol age?
Supposedly 6 months. This is all for today, and tomorrow we'll wax the vehicle and wrap up this video. Well, today is the last day of this patina video for this Dodge, and now, just to be clear with these patina videos, you stand back and you stand at the right angle, they look outstanding. You stand at the wrong angle, you get up close, and you can see all the fibers that get stuck in the coating. And that's just the way it is. Then these YouTubers that tell you otherwise, they're just BSing you. But I can live with the fibers. My biggest areas of concern are making sure that this doesn't deteriorate and the roof doesn't deteriorate. The rest of the vehicle that's exposed to the sunlight, it's gonna hold up okay. Now, you should never use the coarse grit stuff that I was using. To me, like, the coarsest you should be using is 220. Maybe that's even too much, but I was rushing and I was trying to knock down stuff that was long, neglected. So what I'm gonna do for the final phase is I'm gonna just wax the vehicle. It's a nice warm day. It was cold overnight, down into the 30s, I think, but it's supposed to hit 70 today, and we're going to make that final step. And then see this side here. Now that's the clear coat that's still failing from previous body work, but up here this rust will be encapsulated for the time being. It'll buy me some time up on the roof, and that's all I was looking to accomplish here. So You know, from 20 feet it'll look good. When I drive it down the highway, I'll get thumbs ups and, you know, good enough for me. All right, we'll be back. All right, so it is absolutely dried, and you can see the swirls and all the bad stuff I did, but it's not tacky whatsoever. So I'm gonna just pretend I didn't do what I did and that this is just regular car paint. I'm gonna wax it and hope for the best. I forgot what this stuff smells like. It smells like shaving cream. Yuck. I thought I had more wax than I have. I put myself through a couple semesters of college doing this stuff. And I think this must be left over from when I was in it because the sponge is falling apart. This wax is probably very old and all. It's not the wax. Wax won't really deteriorate or it could be reconstituted. But the applicator's giving it up. All right, so I obviously had some technical difficulties, and I understand you're not supposed to do this in the sun, but at that time of day. So we're gonna let this dwell. It's probably gonna come out badly, and I'm probably gonna regret it, but I don't think it was attacking the finish. What I think is gonna bite me in the butt is this specific area up here. I think it's gonna end up looking kind of bad. Right here is, I think it's gonna end up accentuating the problems instead of coating over them. So I'm gonna go inside and do some work, and then I'll come out and wipe off the wax, and then I'm gonna shoot another video on painting the house. All right, so I went in to do some paperwork, and here's the moment of proof that I made a mistake. Oh, it's actually still wet on here. I can buff it off. Yeah, I think this is going to turn out to have been a big no-no. It'll protect the paint, but it's not going to look good. Oh, boy. Might have to do some reading on this. It's taking it off. I don't know, I might have to buff it off. Maybe that's the trick. I'll just buff it off. Hold on, it's starting to give it up. I wouldn't do this though. Quit with the, even if I successfully get this off, quit while you're ahead with the, Penetrol alone. And the places that are more normal, the tailgate, where there really isn't that patina per se, this thing seems to be kind of gliding over it, and the tufts seem to be removing everything. But any place where there was air quotes patina, this seems to be a big mistake. Because usually when you get done waxing a car, you hit it with the terry cloth towel, and it just sort of glides over, pulls everything off, and has a good feel and a good look. We'll see. I'll keep checking in. And I'm up on the roof. It's so heavy up here, which was intentional. I'm trying to realizing that I'm probably going to be re-waxing this a little bit by just taking it off. Whew, it's hot up here. I'm liking the protection, but I'm hating the results. No one tells you to do this. They just say buy this product or use this product and two coat it, call it a day. My advice is to use Penetrol, save your money on the celebrity endorsed products, but use lint-free type things like t-shirts, and don't use terracloth towels as they shed. Even though terracloth towels are the ideal item for wax, but skip the wax. That's my advice. I keep banging out the rag and it's suddenly kind of working, at least in up top. Now the hood, danger, Will Robinson, and you know, the sides, I don't expect me to have success over there, but the towel is gliding right over. This is actually the applicator towel, not the, you know, the other one, the clean one. So jury's still out. There's still hope for me. So these huge pits are, well, they're hot from the sun, but the towel is able to glide over it, which means it's, you know, filled a little bit with wax. So it's buying me some time. And the it's funny, the wax is getting into the trim, so it's actually kind of, I forgot that you can kind of wax a windshield and then buff it off. Ultimately I'm having to make 3 or 4 passes with this stuff though to get it off, and that's okay. I'm getting better results than I was expecting at first blush. Here though, anywhere there's that crustiness, it is sort of, you know, it is sort of getting caught in it. And then what wax does when you have scratches, it fills it and accentuates it sometimes. So we have that. And the other stuff, the Penetrol wasn't doing that. It was just, it was coating it, but keeping it the same color. So I'll chalk that up as a reason why not to do it. When I get done with this, I'm actually going to hose the car down, the truck rather, and see how it behaves. Alright, I gotta hit that again, or hit it the first time. So it's a big mistake, but I'm sort of fighting my way out of it. Alright, so it's not as bad as I thought. Still don't do it the way I did it, you know. 2 coats of because it's catching lint. 2 coats of the Penetrol, use a t-shirt, call it a day. I gotta finish up the passenger side. We'll be right back. Just sucks into that clear coat and just makes it look worse than it already does. I'm okay with it looking weird here because I just want to protect that spot. Well, the water beads up and the Stanley Cup wannabe won't stay on the hood, so it means the wax is doing something. But this area here is a complete disaster. It made it look so much worse. I guess that's going to require a buffer and rubbing compound. I don't know. Or like 800 grit sandpaper and water. that's a problem for another time. So this is probably, the Penetrol is probably best suited to vehicles before all that base coat, clear coat nonsense came into play. So I would say 79-ish would probably be really the realistic end. The clear coat really messed with the Penetrol here, and then the wax made it worse, to be honest with you. It went from like an F plus to just an F here, so this is no good. I'm gonna have to live with this for a little bit. So I won't wax this again as long as I'm using the Penetrol. You couldn't have figured that out by now. But over here, you see it in the sun, it looks like crap. You see it straight on from, you know, Steph Curry range. Oh, it still looks like crap. I can still see it. But, you know, from 100 foot, you'll get lots of compliments. Alright, so no wax, Penetrol, older vehicle. Something like this maybe, although I'm not going to do it to this Corvair or this, you know, 2022 Prius. I'm kidding. All right, tomorrow's another day. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe for more.